Everyone, so this video is going to be very special. Okay, so if you're planning to come to Canada and you're planning to do admission, visa, thinking about settling in Canada, you're going to hear all sorts of things, on YouTube, maybe from agents. And so sometimes it becomes really tough to know what exactly is true or not. And especially for people that are not yet in Canada and they are telling you some things about Canada. Yeah, some of them are true, but some of them are actually false. And I was having a conversation with a friend during the week, and we're just having some of this conversation. I felt like, okay, it's hard time to talk about these few things. Number one, when you meet an agent and the agent is telling you, I want to apply for residency for you in Canada. And the first time I heard about it, I was like, what does the agent actually mean? I want to apply for residency for you in Canada. Are they talking about visiting? Are they talking about work permit? Are they talking about study permit? Are they talking about permanent residency? Of course, you know that permanent residency is a tough process, right? That's not just something you just wake up or an agent just wake up and say, I'm going to apply for permanent residency for you. So there's really no visa called residency in Canada. You may have it in another country, maybe in UAE, they call it resident permit and all that. But in Canada, what you will have, if anybody tell you something outside of this, I don't know where they're getting that information from. If it is not work permit or study permit, or maybe study permit or visitors visa or tourist visa, then every other thing apart from express entry, any other thing that anybody tells you is not part of the immigration. Okay, maybe it might be, except if it is Atlantic immigration pilot program. But to say I want to apply for something for you, you can get this visa, and then when you get it, you can stay and do whatever you like. It's not possible, right? There has to be a purpose attached to every application. So if you're working with an agent and they're telling you, I'm applying for Canada visa for you, tell them or ask them, what type of visa are you applying for me? And sometimes, they may tell you it's work permit, and you won't even know that they're actually doing visiting visa for you. So how do you know? When you get your biometrics letter, there is going to be a place that will say application number. If that application number starts with an S, it means that they apply for study permit for you. If it starts with a V, then it means that it is a visitor's visa. If it starts with a W, it means that it is a work permit. Okay, so don't allow anybody to tell you I'm doing residence. There is nothing like just residency visa in Canada. It does not exist. The second thing is, I've also heard someone saying, I want to do a family work visa for you, which means that I'm going to do it. You will have work permit, your wife will get work permit, your children will get whatever kind of visa. And they haven't even talked about getting a job offer for you. In Canada, you can't apply for a work permit without having a job offer. This is really where you have to be very careful, because people can use, job offers that are not legit. Don't allow people, put you in trouble because you want to come to Canada and then you get a ban. I've seen people like that, apply maybe using fake documents, especially for, employment letters, and then when the immigration verify that this is not actually an accurate employment letter, then that's misrepresentation. They don't care who is doing your application, because you're not telling them that you're using a representative. Even though you're using a representative, everything that the person is feeling, you are the one that gave consent. Okay, so don't be fooled by, oh, we'll just do work visa for you and then all of you will just come and there is no job offer for that. Or more like, they'll tell you, let's do a job, we'll do a work visa. When you get to Canada, you are going to look for a job. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to first get the offer before you can. These are things you can actually do yourself. I've seen very few people. Okay, it is very tough to get a job offer from outside of Canada, but I've seen a few people that have gotten a job offer inside Canada. They did it themselves. Okay, and of course, if you do it yourself, you're pretty much sure that you're getting the accurate job offer. Okay. The third lies that you may also hear is just come with visiting or tourist. You can easily change to a study permit or a work permit. It is not as easy as you think. Oh, okay, it's not as easy as you think. It is, especially for study permit. If you check the ROCC website, there are instructions as to who is eligible to apply for study permit from inside Canada. Ordinarily, it is you can't apply for study permit inside Canada, but there are some specific people that that are allowed. Okay, just go to, I'll say, go to the CIC website, or you can type on Google, changing visitors visa to a study permit. Okay, and then as to changing it to work permit, they can just tell you, just go, you will see job and other things like quickly. It's not that easy. You don't fall for those lies. It is really tough. It doesn't mean it's not possible. There are people that have done it, right? You have to get a job offer, and not just anyhow job offer. It has to be a job offer that is they call it LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment, which more like states that, oh, we've looked at people around Canadians, permanent residents, we can't find anybody suitable. That's why we are hiring this foreigner. Together is not easy, because most of the employers in Canada, they are looking for people that will start the work like right now, which means they are looking for people that already have work permit, because when they give you that LMIA, you apply for work permit. It might take, right, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, depends, right, for you to get your work permit approved. So it's not easy. Don't let anybody tell you, just come with tourist visa. I was hearing a story recently. Someone came on a tourist visa and sold everything, his properties and everything, just to come with a tourist visa. And then the person came out like asking, what can I do? I was like, go to the CIC website. Okay, there are information there if you want to study or work. Even to change your work permit, like I said, there are specific instructions that you must meet, or criteria that you must meet to be eligible. Okay. Another fourth, lies that you will hear, or things that it's not really true, that you need an agent, okay, to be able to apply, that you can apply yourself, that, oh, if you apply yourself, you may not do it properly and other things, okay. I mean, these are things you can do yourself, okay? With all the information I provide on my channel is enough information for you, except you still feel like, okay, I know all of this information, but I still need someone to help me do the application. If that is your decision, fine, but sufficient information online on YouTube, especially on the IROCC website. They made everything so clear that if you read through all the requirements, you will be able to do it yourself. So don't allow anybody to tell you that you can't do it, or do it yourself, or when you do it yourself, it is not going to be a good application. Okay. Another misconception, or big hopes that people are giving, is that, what, just come to Canada. When you come, you figure out everything, especially your tuition. Okay, I've seen cases like this, especially those that are coming for BSc. Okay, and maybe an agent helped you to do the application, and for BSc you don't have to pay tuition deposit. For most of the universities, they don't require it, right? You can just get admission, go do your visa. They will just tell you, what, just go. When you get there, you're going to work and start paying your tuition. Is it possible? Well, it might be possible, but there are a lot of nuances around it. Especially I would say your first year tuition, okay, is better to have that available. The way tuition payment work here is that if you're coming for BSc, the first semester, the first week of resumption, you are required to pay the tuition for that particular semester. So how you go to work maybe part-time job to make that money to pay that your first semester tuition? It is impossible. Even for second semester, well, it is still going to be very difficult. So my advice would be, if you can get at least the 1 year tuition, and then when you come and you start working and saving towards the second year, it is feasible, but it is very difficult. It's not very easy. So There are some part-time jobs, if you can get higher paying job and or do some other few things, maybe one or two businesses like that, then you will be able to raise some funds from that. Okay, that's about it. But not just go. You will figure out everything, or you will work and pay it as if it's just very easy. Okay, it's not very easy. It is possible. The sixth thing I've also heard that I was like, what are you guys doing? Is people tell you just apply to a private college. When you apply to a private college, they are going to give you, when you graduate, they will give you work permit. I've even heard people say they are going to apply for PRO for you. I was like, is it this? If I say college, I will apply for PRO for me. That's what I would have attended. Okay, so that is not true. There is no uh colleges don't give work permit. Okay, the only thing you can get if you are doing a program that has an internship or co-op, you can get a co-op work permit. That co-op work permit is only valid while you are a student. You can't use that to work post graduation. So if you're doing private college, in fact, I personally don't advise people to apply for private colleges, but if you want to apply, you can go ahead. That's your own decision to make. But colleges don't private, in fact, no college offer work permit. No college give you apply for permanent residency for you. You have to do all of those ones yourself. And then I know some things that people do is that when you finish from those private colleges, maybe before you finish, you're looking for a job, right? Actually, this is not like an illegal thing, right? If you're able to get a job and that is an LMIA job, you can actually, the company is willing to sponsor you, I give you that LMIA, you can actually apply for work permit. It is not an illegal thing to do, right? So it's very allowed by the IRCC, but it is not easy. I was having someone was mentioning to me that they will be finishing their program in about 2 months, and they've been searching for jobs and it's not just forthcoming. So it's not that easy. Okay, I know if you are going to a province like Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, that is understandable because there are some private colleges that partner with the government, even though they don't offer post-graduation work permit. There are some kind of document that they can use, that they can give to you to work, and when you work for some time, you can also apply for your permanent residency like that. So this is only applicable in those Atlantic provinces. For Ontario, I don't think there is something like that with the Ontario government. Okay, so even if they want to go for a private college, try to go to either New Brunswick or community or Nova Scotia. Those are maybe Newfoundland, right? Those ones are good provinces to try. But why would you go through that stress if you can easily get admission in NBCC or NCC or College of North Atlantic in St. John's? Why don't you just go for a public college that offer work permit so that you don't have to depend on just one pathway to get your work and your permanent residency? And then I've also heard people talking about, oh, they are paying so amount of money for job offers. Well, legally, okay, if you check the Canada job site, employers are not, it is illegal for an employer to sell a job offer for you. It is illegal. Okay, you're not supposed to pay to get a job offer. I mean, for people that do it as maybe immigration consultant, I don't know how they do it. I don't have experience in that area. I don't even want to have experience in job, and people will tell you, oh, pay so amount of thousands of dollars to give you this job offer and other things. Just know that from the IRCC or from the Canada job website, they will usually say, getting paying to get a job offer, it is illegal. Okay, people that do it, I can't comment on whatever that they are doing. Okay, so that's about it. When you're applying even though somebody is helping you, you are the one to provide document for that person. Okay, never allow someone to provide a document for you. Okay, they can help you write maybe guide you on how to write a letter of explanation, but as to provided documents you don't know the source. You know that if you do that, it's you're doing that at your own detriment. Okay. And any document that somebody helping you to do application is uploading, make sure you tell that person, you go through that document to make sure that they're uploading the right document. Okay, everything that you're submitting in your application, make sure that it is genuine, because you don't want to enter problem with the Canada immigration. If you enter into issue, even getting future providers is going to be difficult. So make sure you vet every document that somebody is uploading for you. Okay. The next one is going to be, I've heard of people say, you know what, you do this, there is free accommodation, there is feeding is free, you get free PR. I've also heard about that. Oh, there will also, the company will help you to do PRO and other things. So that is not actually true. Okay, that is not true. So there's only like free accommodation, or they're going to just feed you for, except, I mean, if you have a job offer that covers accommodation, yeah, that may be possible, but for the most part, most companies don't do that. But if you see a good company that can do that and offer you paid accommodation, you know, that would be such accommodation, that would be good. But as to permanent residency, that's something that after you've worked for some time, you will be able to also apply by yourself, and then you should be good. So these are some of the things. I know you may have heard some other things, but I haven't covered everything in this video. If you've heard something that I haven't talked about, you can leave the comment in the comment section. And then if you are not sure of information that you're getting and you want to talk to me one-on-one, there's going to be a link in the description. Definitely check it out. Reach out to me via my website, and I'll be glad to assist you in making your coming to Canada dream a reality. If you found this content useful, why not consider subscribing and then hitting that like button, so whenever new videos are released, you will be the first person to get notified. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.